Hey everyone, welcome to episode 40, and today we are back to Opeth, and the earliest Opeth music I've heard is the album My Arms Your Hearse, which is from 1998. Today we're travelling back to 1996 and taking a peek into the Morning Rise album, which is their second album, I think, and the song The Night and the Silent Water, which I've only heard once when I went to see them live back in February, and I remember thinking, I don't really know this song, and it was amazing. I don't remember anything about it now, but at the time I know I enjoyed hearing the music live in the room with them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the actual studio recording because I've not heard it yet. And it's a haunting song that explores themes of loss, grief, reflection, and often interpreted as a tribute to the death of Michael Oakenfold's grandfather. The song is known for its melancholy melodies and intricate arrangements, typical of Opeth's progressive metal style. And also, this album's also the last one to feature drummer Anders Nordin and bassist John de Farfalla. The album has received mixed reviews over the years, with some fans considering it a pivotal part of Opeth's early discography. So that's pretty exciting. Oh yeah, we should probably talk about the artwork as well. So for the artwork, we need to talk about Candlelight Records. It's a British record label based in London, founded by former Extreme Noise Terror bass guitarist Lee Barrett in 1993. Opeth was associated with Candlelight Records for their first 3 albums, and Oakenfold said that the head of Candlelight went on holiday to Bath in England, and he actually walked on the bridge, or whatever it is. Later he sent Oakenfold a postcard with a colour version of the same picture that appears on the cover. The picture is of a Palladian bridge located in Prior Park. The first pressing was released without the Opeth logo on the front cover. So there you go, that's the artwork, bit of backstory there. And let's talk about who's in the band. So we've got Michael Oakenfold, vocals, guitars, Peter Lindgren, guitars, John de Farfalla bass, and Anders Nordin drums, percussion. Also, we found out recently that at a guitar summit in Mannheim, Germany, guitar company Martin unveiled the OM Michael Oakenfold, a signature guitar. So Michael Oakenfold's got his own acoustic signature guitar, which is, I think it's really cool, because I think collectively as Opeth fans, we love the acoustic work on their albums. And Oakenfold said it just sings, the resonance, the clarity, the low end, everything about it feels magnificent. And I should bloody hope so, because it costs just under $7,000. So yeah, not a cheap purchase. Anyway, got the lyrics here. I've got my mug on a mug, as usual, filled with probably lukewarm tea now after I've been chatting. So, The Night and the Silent Water. I'm excited. Here we go. Just going into the second part of the verse there. Cool. So, yeah, it's obviously very... just sounds very raw, doesn't it? The production, everything like that. And I thought it might do. Very cool. So the opening bit, it's got some weird timing thing going on. I'm not sure what it is yet. I think the first time around it's just straight for... So there it then changes, so I've got to try and work out what's going on there. Yeah, it cuts in. It's weird. And it's in E minor, sorry, it's just walking up the scale. And you've got this sort of contrary motion heading inwards. And then some sort of acoustic thirds happening there. It's pretty nice. Okay, so we've got to work out how we got there. Sort of this B dominant chord with the 11 in there. Kind of Spanish-y kind of sound. Very cool. And then for the first time we kind of come really out of key and go to sort of we go to F major, which is a bit different because we should have the F sharp in there for the E minor. We've gone to F and then G, just walking up to the 3 there. D minor. Yeah, it's going through all the minor keys, so we ended up in A minor, and now gone away from minor key there and just landed on a G major. And why not? I've had a good look through the lyrics before I started filming this video, and there's something about their earlier stuff that's, I mean, all their lyrics are fairly poetic, but there's something about this lyric here for this song, and yeah, it's just very poetic, and I wanted to read on. It's just really interesting to me. Yeah. C major, E minor. What's that then? So it's kind of like an F sharp minor over its fifth. Very interesting. Then like the 5 B7, because we're in E minor really. What's also interesting is I forgot to mention the heavier verses. The guitars kind of like, the two guitars are kind of like this. So you've got one like right, and then one's kind of like here. It's just quite an interesting placement of the two moving parts. I like that double note. One's fretted and one's open string, I think, rather than hitting the same note twice in the same place on the guitar. Minor 7 chord in there. There, what's that? B minor 7, so minor 5 this time instead of dominant. Kind of freaky and dominant. Yeah. So back into A minor now. Sort of harmonic minor with the G sharp in it. Back to E minor. sus2, E minor, E sus2. Creepy. I like it. Love a fade out. I love the sort of classical guitar bits and bobs going on, kind of, shifting between kind of medieval and then like classical, and yeah, it's really, really, early Opeth acoustic work, amazing. And lyrically, like I said, love it. It's kind of like I'm probably not the first person to say this, but it's kind of like Blackwater Park version 1. But I know a lot of the lyrics kind of can paint pictures like this, but yeah, it just reminds me of that for some reason. And yeah, like a parlour glade, moonlit sorrow. You know, who describes things like that? It's just really, really poetic, isn't it? Relics of the moon-dogged lake. Am I like them? Those who mourn and turn away, those who would give anything to see you again, if only for another second. And like, your face was like a photograph painted white. We did not speak about it very often. Sort of giving this sense they were both together and having conversations, you know, before it got all dark and gloomy. And you sleep in the night, yet the night inside the water's still so dark. Yeah, I like this. I reckon it's time for me to leave. I don't think they write lyrics like that anymore. I reckon it's time for me to leave. I feel they've kind of stayed away from using that kind of sort of phrasing now. Yeah, I can see why people really like this song. Lots of different sections to it, lots of light and shade, and I think his screams have got better and better over the years, and he sounds amazing live. I think hearing it performed live with his voice now and the band, the lineup they've got now, it just sounds even better, I think. So yeah, really cool track. I'm definitely going to check out a live version of this song, maybe like an older live version, because yeah, I'm very intrigued to see that. So thanks for joining me on this one, and I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.